Hey, what's good, everybody? Ya teníamos rato que no veníamos aquí a la Positiva Podcast. Les quiero dar las gracias por pues, sintonizar y por mandar ahí preguntitas cuando íbamos a empezar. This is the first one, actually, in 2025. I do want to thank you for being patient. Ironically enough, this particular episode is with a very, very close friend of mine, Gessiel Gutierrez from State Farm. But for me, he's just Gessiel Gutierrez, my brother, pretty much. We had a very rough start to the year, to say the least. We had a death close to our circle that kind of shook everybody up in the beginning of the year, including us, as far as being creative and podcasting and whatnot. And with that being, the situation at the beginning of the year, I decided to have a sit down with Gessiel, to catch up with him, everything he's got going on out there in Albany Park, but B, to sit down and talk about the whole taboo subject of death, especially in the Latino or Mexican families, and how to prepare for it better. Because it's kind of like having a baby in a way, right? Like everybody kind of tells you, you're never gonna be ready for it. You're never gonna be ready for being a parent. You're never gonna be ready for death, especially unexpected death. But there is a little bit of what me and Gessiel like to call like a life hack to the whole death, I guess you could say, and taking advantage of the life insurance policies, the multiple policies that you are able to get, because you are not married to just one policy. You can get as many as you can afford, to be honest, and you get to listen to Gessiel explain to a lot of information, explain to all of us that are just not knowledgeable enough to know what steps to take to better prepare the people that we're going to leave behind, to be honest, to not leave a burden, a financial one at that, because we're always going to leave an emotional burden. But, if we can ease the pain by at least not having a financial burden, life insurance is probably the best life hack there is, that we're all just kind of like turn the blind eye to. So I hope that this episode helps everybody plan ahead and plan life after death, where it can actually leave everybody in a better head start at the end of the day. Check it out. Big shout out to Gessiel and all his team from State Farm. We talk a little bit of State Farm, or a lot of State Farm, and a little bit of music. La Pura Positiva, we're going to start going hard as far as like at least once a month minimum. We are doing the other pods, and we do want to thank you for everything. Anybody who's seen me with the hoodie, feel free to send us a message. They'll soon be up, but muchísimas gracias para el productor, which is a new fucking nickname, mi compa Fry. Saludos, viejones, La Pura Positiva. Read a book. Enjoy the episode.
The crib. Que se jalan, güey. Hasta las 3 de la mañana.
Man.
Well, it was 2 hours, but they started at 1. Fucking Saulillo. Man, JJ, you're living my life. That's what I've always dreamed about.
Yeah.
Having a fucking house, a little dog, my family, and like shit, a fucking pool.
Yeah.
You're living my life. Fucking JJ.
Badass.
Le digo, no mames, güey. Pues hay que chingarle, güey, para agarrar lo mismo.
Y sí.
Sí se puede, viejo.
Ese güey también ya, ahorita ya está jalando el güey.
He graduated already, no?
He graduated.
Bachelor's?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, his bachelor's. UIC.
Mm-hmm.
He just recently got a job también, el güey. Anda en Madrid, en communications, que chingada.
That's what's up.
Yeah. What's up with your ass? What's up with your, how was your goddamn 2024? ¿Cuántos pinches records rompimos?
We're still waiting for some numbers to come in and finalize, but hopefully pretty good ones. Yep. Something it took my previous boss 5 years. I probably will get it done in 2.
What is it, like the amount of people that you have? Like, or the amount of accounts or or how exactly do you guys count that?
It's based off life insurance premium.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ese
So
pedo qué? Life insurance. I mean, is it a new thing with you guys, like with State Farm, or have you guys always been doing it, but never really promoted it, or okay, pex?
well, they've been doing it for a really long time, but obviously our bread and butter is always going to be auto and home.
Mm.
But from a few years back, and I don't quote me on it, but they've been doing life insurance for easily maybe about 50 years. The company's been um, ongoing for more than 100 already.
Mm.
So they've been doing life insurance probably half of that. But it has gotten bigger and bigger, obviously, because we promote it more on our personal side.
Yeah.
It's linked to our our end goals and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
very technical to get into them and probably non-compliant, but don't want to get into
Oh, yeah.
the nit and grit about that. But yeah,
But life insurance is almost like a goddamn fucking secret life hack, I think, no? I mean, that's kind of how I see it now, a little bit, now that I'm older.
well, because you understand it more, you search about it more, and ever since this pandemic that passed by, people actually believe in it more.
Well, yeah, yeah. That and the fact that I'm getting older and probably going to, die sooner than an 18-year-old. But,
Yeah,
pues cuando uno está morro no piensa en nada de ese pedo, obviamente, güey. But
Uh,
I see it now and I'm like, well, this is a good life hack, to be honest.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a good life hack.
It's a way to leave maybe the next, your fellow generation,
It's a
like at a
legacy.
better life, a better head start in life than you.
And that's what we always preach, right? Not to go into like all the race thing or whatnot, but obviously white people have done it for thousands of years, and most of the time that's why a lot of younger generations are better off, because they invest into it, they believe in it,
Mm-hmm.
and when somebody passes away, they continue to create general wealth.
Correct.
And
I thought it was nuts. Way. I don't know if you have ever watched, and I don't know. Maybe I know my compa can bring something up just in case if we need to. Right. There's this movie, and right now I'm gonna draw a blank, and I just had it in my thought. It's a newer movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, compa. I don't know if we have time to kind of IMDb that guy real quick.
What's it
Something in the moon. What is, about the Indians, the oil. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
Oh, you need to watch that.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon. So that's a great movie, by the way. Anybody that hasn't watched it, have you watched it, compa?
That's where
No.
where he's
You have to watch it. That's a fucking great, amazing movie, man.
mm,
So the crazy part about this, not to give much of it away, it's an older movie already, right? I mean, a couple years or whatever. It's about the oil that's in American land, but that land is owned by the Indians. And then how back then the American whites or Caucasians came up with the great idea way to marry into the family
mm,
of the Indian women and then put life insurance on them and then legit murder these women and get the oil money. And essentially that's the story, and it's based off of facts, so I'm not making
Yeah.
this shit up like I make up half of the other shit I say. But essentially that's how all the oil went to the whatever Americans and shit. I thought it was crazy. That's a great movie, way. But it's all life insurance
It's
since then.
and I mean there's a lot of things that you can do with it because that's where they created like the key person life insurance for people that are partners with businesses. And for example, if me and you are partners in a business and we put life insurance on each other, so if and when something happens to you, your life insurance is gonna pay me your part of the business, so I can continue going with the business.
Dude, really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
key person insurance, life insurance.
Key person insurance.
Yep,
That's a good one, bro.
it is. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
That and obviously when you're a business owner and you have a big or even a small business, if you have a couple people and you want to offer, for example, benefits to the people, you get a group life insurance where you can add a certain amount of people and insure them at a low cost, and it's a tax write off, or it can potentially be a tax write off for the business.
Okay. And then it would be, is that like usually what the companies, when you go and work for a company and they offer you their life insurance and it's like a 5,000 or something like that or algo así?
Yeah, I mean it's different everywhere, but
Yeah.
In our case, we would offer it to the employer,
Yeah.
and the employer offers it then to
To the employees.
the employees.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
that's the group.
Group life, yeah.
Yeah. Y ves, tú no ves como, I know we mentioned it right now, like amongst the American Caucasians, more than anything, you start seeing of how they take advantage of that. Or they took, for a while, they've been doing it the right way, I would say. Do you now, after, the years that you've been doing this, do you feel like the Latinos are the most difficult to invest in that? Or are you seeing almost about the same numbers? Or does it all depend, obviously, where your office is at? So it's, obviously, you're going to just generate whatever's there.
I was just going to tell you before I forget, maybe if I can look it up, but
Yes.
there should be something in Google where you can search up the biggest asset big corporations have, and what it is or where they invested to, and for the most part it's going to come up as permanent life insurance, because that's where they're going to continue to build their
Generational worth.
their generational worth. Yeah.
Or wealth.
Besides the employees, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, besides the employees, obviously, right, that make the company work.
yeah, but biggest assets, big corporation use life insurance.
Yeah.
There is a graph somewhere because I have been in some seminars where they show that, and that's kind of like the pyramid of where they invest more of their monies, and that way, because it's money that they're not going to lose, and they know it's going to always be there.
Right.
Yeah.
¿Y si estás viendo una respuesta de los latinos
Yeah.
buying into the life insurance theory or, the life insurance period?
Yeah, so to answer that question, I think because of the way our whole society is going, the woke kind of helps out in a way,
Okay.
where we're exposed to more information, and we search it, we understand it more, we look at videos, we look at tutorials or people that explain it very like a lot of different ways, and that's how we're more prone to hearing about it when we go search somebody for these types of products.
Yeah.
Um, I think it might have been an old Latino mentality of, oh, no,
Yeah.
pues I'm not gonna leave any money for the Sancho or whatever. And I mean, you still get that, right? Even now, but I think that was the
Oh, that's a great excuse, by the way.
it's a big misconception because you can make anybody your beneficiary. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah. It could be your
the
kids.
Sancho
It
or
could,
the kids or
yeah.
whatever. And anytime anybody does end up getting life insurance with me, I always tell them we did this. This is great, but even though you're the beneficiary, make sure you go out and get talk to a lawyer to create a will and to create a trust, so that um, even with people having beneficiaries, the will is going to determine, yes, you're going to get this amount of money, but from this amount of money, you're going to use this amount for this amount for that, and that amount for that. And then the trust is to obviously protect um, any assets that you have
Yeah.
from going to probate and all that.
Mm-hmm.
When if you have houses and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I mean that's a whole different other subject. But yeah,
Yeah. And you felt like COVID was a time that woke up a lot of the people as far as like, oh shit, we really need to look into this life insurance.
a lot of the Hispanics, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately because
It hit home, right?
it hit home, it hit close, and a lot of people did not have it. Mm, and even people that might have had small policies through work or whatever. I mean, work is only going to get you so much.
Yeah, yeah,
That's another thing a lot of people have a misconception of is that they can only have one policy. You can have as many policies as you want. It doesn't matter.
yeah. So if they get one from you,
Mm-hmm.
they can also get one from the other
Any
company and the
other
other
company.
company and the other company.
Yeah.
Whatever
And
you can afford.
whatever you can afford. Yeah, as long as you continue to pay
Your
your
premiums,
premiums,
yeah.
you're going to be insured.
That's the other interesting thing about life insurance way.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that like very rich people have shit ton of life policy, like life insurance.
Yeah. So when I talk to somebody and they ask me, oh well, what do you recommend? I'm always going to tell them I'm never going to recommend anything to you. We can see what your number is because everybody has a different number, and what I mean by that is that we do an analysis to figure out what that number is going to be. So we use the acronym LIFE, right? For L for what loans do you have, what debts do you have in your name, what do you want to make sure gets paid off if you were not here with us.
Mm-hmm.
I is the one of the most important ones is your income. So how much do you make a year? How much do you want to have your significant other or your family? How much of that income do you want them for them to receive for how many years? Typically, you do 5 or 10, depending on how much money you want to leave your beneficiaries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, F is for final expenses, so anything from funeral cost to the burial, whatever it's going to cost to dig the hole,
The land, yeah.
whatever. I always tell people that I want a banda, so whenever I'm gone, and kind of like our friend that we lost not too long ago.
Of course.
I think a celebration of life is very adequate because of our history with music and whatnot. But so obviously my final expense number is going to be a little bit more than most people. And then at the end, for the E for any education that you want to have your kids go through, you want to make sure you settle them out, or you can use that last letter to donate any money that you want to um, any nonprofit or any organization. You can also do that.
And that's kind of how you come up with a number.
You come up with the number, yeah. Then obviously you subtract any assets that people have. Because if I ask you, what do you think is the biggest asset people have, uh, that and overall,
Was fucking a house, huh?
that's 95% of the people say that.
Materialistic, of course, right?
Yeah, they say your house because they kind of teach you that, oh well, that's the only thing that's actually building you some type of value or collateral.
Right, right.
Because you buy a car,
It
once you drive it off
devalues.
the lot, it devalues.
Yeah.
But
Stock, maybe stocks or what?
yeah, so I mean, some people have the ability to do stocks
Hmm.
and have those types of plans, 401k plans, and uh, those types of benefits. Pero your income is your biggest asset, because if you think about it, if you somebody that makes $50,000 a year and you times that by how many ever years you want to live, if you add it up, that's going to be way more than what your house is ever going to be
Right.
worth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what we try to protect the most, your income.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That way you can kind of cover X amount of years
exactly.
with the insurance amount.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I used to work at a life insurance. Did I ever tell you that?
Did you?
I think me and Fry worked there. Did you work there too, Compa? Old Republic Life Insurance. Shout out to them if they're still around. I actually still remember the address. I think it was like 307 North Michigan Avenue. We worked there when we were way younger, for a couple of years actually. It was a good job. We work with underwriters,
Okay.
and we would literally get the policy in, and we would back then we would fix their folder in
'Cause
the order
everything was
that the
paper.
underwriter wanted. Yeah, like we had to get the driver's fucking history, um, tobacco use. There were back. I don't know if it's still the same. I doubt it. I don't know. There was either non-smoker policy and a smoker policy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's still a thing.
yeah, yeah. So, and I would remember seeing like all the blue folders were 1 million and above policies, and there was low ones, 25,000, 75,000, millions. But just in case you need some workers, Fry's great. Fry's great in the life insurance department. Pero I did think that it was something that I wanted to talk about with you because, low key, the more and more you think about it, and the more and more you get older, and you probably have an older mentality
Mm-hmm.
because of the way you grow up. You really don't put any real thought into it until, unfortunately, sometimes it's too late, right? But then things do happen, como dices tú, close relatives, close friends, people pass away, and then that's when your conscience kind of just wakes up and makes you realize a lot of shit, and makes you realize a lot of things of what you have to take care of in order to, I would assume, like, in a man mind, and not to sound like sexist or anything, but at least like a man, like you kind of feel like, well, if I'm gonna leave, let me try to still take care of them,
Yeah.
even if I'm not there, right? Like that's a way to think about it, maybe, if you're a guy, and have an older, I guess you could say, like a masculine thought about, being the provider and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Being the provider
Yeah,
of your family at the end of the day, because most Latino households, that's how we were brought up, as the guy is the one that takes care of the family,
yeah,
goes to work and does all of that.
yep. So I mean, that's a good way to look at life insurance. I think
Mhm.
in a masculine point of view, if you really need to, like, I think, ignite that fire to go out and at least get a quote and look into your options, because at the end of the day, the family will be better off.
Yeah.
In comparison, not better off that you're not here, but just better off in comparison to not having anything. Way.
Yeah.
To be, I guess nowadays you do see a lot of GoFundMe's
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot, and I'm not saying that you can't just go and, someone can do a GoFundMe for you, but you can also save that and, maybe use it for a different sort of unexpected emergency where the GoFundMe comes in. At least, like tranquility into your brain, your family. And it's also like for death, to be so accepted in Mexico, because it's celebrated with El Día del Muerto, and they just, I feel like the culture really embraces death.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for it being so embraced, it's also like, I don't know about you, but like, it's not something that you could just tell your dad, like, and your mom, like, hey, what's up? Did you guys already get your land? Or, or what's going on? Like, when you guys, pass away, like, it's not just brought up at dinner, bro. And in a sense, I think that that's the other kind of bad thing, like, we should be okay to talk about it or
Mm-hmm.
bring up this idea, or as someone's son or daughter, say, hey, brother, let's take out some life insurance on our parents. We'll pay for it.
Yeah.
In a sense, not because you're taking advantage in that sense, but because you explain to your parents what's going on.
Yeah.
And I doubt that they're gonna be like, no. It's a way to set you up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's always something super hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Um, even when you do it every day, uh, to have that tough conversation with somebody, to kind of get intimate with that other person sitting in front of you,
Yeah.
kind of opening up from your past experiences, and making them understand that this is something very important that we all need, because we want to be the provider, because we want to make sure that our family is well off after we're not here, um, so they can continue to live the same lifestyle that you were providing to
Yeah.
them while you're gone. Um, and it's a super hard tough conversation, and a lot a lot of people that are older and are able to, they even get it for their grandchildren, and they set them
Mm.
up for success, even at a young
Oh,
age.
like the grandparents will buy it and put the grandchildren as the beneficiaries
That, and or buy an actual policy for the grandchildren.
for the grandchildren.
Yeah, I've had people. I've had people do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not so long ago, um, there was somebody that was a customer of ours, and they passed away. They had a small policy. It was a very small policy, 25,000, but it was a permanent policy. So meaning that they were putting money, and it was building cash value,
Hmm.
and dividend, and whatnot. And he got this policy back in 76, I think, 1976.
Mm.
And unfortunately passed away. The wife was beneficiary, and she ended up receiving over 100,000,
Oh, wow.
even though the policy was just for 25,000,
Yeah.
because of
Because
the
it built up.
investment into it, the time that they were building the money there, and I mean, it grows.
Yeah.
It grows, and now that's what she wants to do. She wants to put it and get something for her, obviously, because now she knows the benefit of it, and for her grandchildren.
Yeah. I like that one too. What type of policy is that called?
Permanent life insurance. Yeah.
Permanent life
So
insurance.
there's basically two types. The most basic one is term. The other is permanent.
Okay.
Term, obviously, being for a certain amount of years. You pay for it. I always tell people it's like renting, the same way that you rent your apartment, and and you pay your monthly rent.
Mm-hmm.
Once you leave, they don't pay you back your rent. You stop paying. You move on. You either because you purchase a house, or you move and you move into another apartment, and you continue to pay there.
Right.
That's basically how term insurance works.
Right.
You pay for whatever time of period you get it for, After that, you stop paying. If nothing happens between that time, nothing gets paid out, but you had insurance while you were paying for it.
Okay.
And then permanent is like it's like the feature that you have when you own a home. You pay a little bit more when you're a homeowner, but at the end of the day, um, you build equity on the home. So it's essentially that becomes your cash value per se
Mm.
on a permanent policy.
Yeah.
You invest more into it, you get a return for your investment, and hence the cash value.
Mm. Are the terms popular?
They are because term is more inexpensive,
Okay.
and you get more coverage for your money. So more bang for your buck,
Yeah.
as they say.
Oh man, it just makes me. It makes my dark humor mind just go like. Imagine going by like you get it for like a 20-year, bro, and you're like, God damn it, it's fucking. It's just about to expire. You're still like going at it, bro. Playing soccer, you're like, ya vali madre, güey. I'm gonna pay it off, and I'm still gonna be here. I mean, it's good, right? You're still living, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, I think the permanent one would be like for me to it makes it a little bit more bang for your buck, if you will. I think in the
yeah.
long
In the
run.
long run, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a long term investment.
Mhm.
That's how you technically have to look at it. Um, because a lot of people they pay into it a year or two, but it's like your house. Your house, you pay your mortgage. At the beginning, you're paying more of your taxes than the actual principal
Right.
of your mortgage. So, same basic concept with the permanent life insurance policy. You're paying the policy and the investment first, and then there comes a time where it kind of evens out, and then you start gaining on that on those payments that you're making.
Yeah, on the investment, pretty much.
But it's usually, I mean, depending again on how much you're investing into it. Obviously, if you're putting a very generous amount, then your money is going to return to you faster.
Mm.
Um, so I mean, if you're doing, for example, 50 or $100, it's going to take you a little longer to build some cash value than if you were doing $1,000, $10,000, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's people that are doing thousands and they get their money returned back in.
And
Like,
there's no I'm telling you, bro, I have a fucking weird head, but there is no limit then as far as like the amount of policies you can get. Do you
no,
know is there's like any law? So like a dude that's just rich, he can just get 100 policies and just leave generational wealth like a motherfucker.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm just thinking about that. Like if you're just very, very wealthy, why wouldn't you get about 1,000 policies at that point? And if you make them out for 10 million,
yeah, I mean, there's customers that do policies, permanent policies. They invest a decent amount, and there's people that have paid into it, and in a couple years they're already withdrawing from
from
their
what they
cash.
made.
Not for what they made, but for whatever money was accumulated up until that point, and they're using it to pay their children's tuition.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You did
Uh,
mention you can get it almost like as a loan in a
mhm.
sense.
You're
Yeah.
at the
¿Te
when you
estás
have
prestando o qué?
see
Tú solo, ¿ah?
tú
In a
solo
sense.
you become your bank
Yeah.
essentially instead of and there's YouTube videos about it and how it's like being your own bank.
Hmm.
There's a really good one with a guy that on YouTube that I saw that explains how he used it and paid his car with the cash value, and obviously he didn't get a loan for the car. Um, there is obviously an interest rate that you have to pay back to the policy, but it's like paying it back to yourself almost
Right, right,
in a
right,
way.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the super cool thing about it. But obviously you're talking about a big investment. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
How many being that you are still an active musician. Do you have a lot of musician insured through you?
I do, yeah, and I do want to. I actually should have done it. I wanted to do it at the beginning, but I did want to shout out to everybody that's given me the opportunity to help them in one way or another with their auto, home, uh, life. We have supplemental health too. We have pet insurance.
Bro, is that becoming
Uh,
a thing too, right?
it,
Not a thing, but like
it
people
is,
actually
and some
invest into this stuff.
people get pet insurance instead of getting life insurance for themselves.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
That's how crazy pet insurance is for people. Some for some people.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I have a pet too, but I I got my life insurance first instead of the pet. But
now the pet got the life insurance too, probably.
no, they don't. We don't do that yet. But
Let's innovate, bro. We got to innovate.
yeah, well, that's
Nah, pero es que los pinches perros, they do have a certain lifespan, I think, right?
yeah,
Like certain breeds.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
got to suck too. I mean, we all do, right? Like, we also have a lifespan. But imagine you're just a dog. Like, god damn, bro. There's some that don't make it past 5.
Well, that's why they say that they're always happy because they know how valuable their time is.
Oh, that's a good theory.
Because I mean they don't have a very long life expectancy, which it does suck.
So that's assuming that the dog knows that it's going to die, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Pretty
sure.
deep. That's pretty deep.
Who
How's your
would
dog?
know? Ahí anda,
Yeah.
greñuda. Greñuda igual que la dueña.
Hijo de la chingada.
Saludos
Again.
a las mechas locas.
A Doña Pelos. Ya valió madre.
Oh, ya te va a hablar.
Ya estuvo que va a hablar, güey.
Te va a hablar en cuanto salga el par.
It's a joke.
You talking shit, huh?
Yeah, güey. I kind of, the other day, Jorge, I think it was Jorge from Peñasco. We were talking. He's like, hey, qué bueno que me acordé ahorita del pinche Cuacpa. Le tengo que hablar a Gessiel. Algo de la aseguranza, qué chingado.
Sí, sí. He's always calling me about the insurance and helping him out. Yeah, no, por eso te digo que thankfully with the whole music industry and the friends that I've been able to gather throughout the 20 plus years of the music industry, it's been my referral business and my networking in a way.
Oh, yeah.
So again, I appreciate everybody that's given me the opportunity to help them out in one way or another. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But it's not that I don't want to. At times, it's just that's what the insurance and the industry dictates. But at one point or another, I'll be able to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then what's up with that, Zeke? Are you able to, like, have multiple locations? Or how does the insurance business work? Like, can you chain yourself? Like, the Gessiel fucking...
Yeah, with our company, we they do give you the opportunity to have more than one office.
Nice.
But you do have to have obviously a good track record with your first office. And then
Check.
well, I mean it's a work in progress, but
Okay.
yeah, hopefully one day we'll be able to maybe have multiple and be able to help more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because they're renting next door, man. And right now when I was parking, I'm like, man, a Gessiel one would be great right here. It would be perfect right in the corner.
De volada de aquí para allá
Sheesh.
o de allá para acá.
De allá para acá mejor. De la mitad para atrás, dice aquel. Hijo de la chica. Yeah, I think I was wondering. I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't think I've seen too many of insurance. Like, same agent, kind of different locations.
It's hard. It's hard, like any business. I mean, with one, obviously, you try to invest and work as hard as you can with the one, and hopefully someday branch out with any of the businesses that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Pero I mean, once you're able to, I think it starts to become a bit easier. I would think, because you already know what to do, what it takes, and
Mhm.
how to get there. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just you gotta know
You gotta first gotta
how
do
to
your
start it
first one,
all
right?
over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, which I mean, it's possible, but it takes time. Um, time from the family too, because you're investing your time in the business.
Yeah.
So I mean that a lot of the times, unfortunately, in our line of business, a lot of people do struggle with it. Thankfully, I mean, I'm pretty sure that our significant others are great. Um, what is it called? A great support to help you live or work towards your goal.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I think
thankfully,
it's very important. Way
yeah.
that's a. I'm surprised that a lot of people. You said a lot of people in your industry have troubles with the family part. I mean, I think it's like any other kind of like business owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're kind of married to your business as well.
Yeah.
It's so hard. When it's so hard because to a certain point, the wife, or in whatever's case, the woman, your partner, they have to, in a sense. The other day we were talking about it on the Guac Pod, and not in a sense. I'll take that back. They have to like buy into your dream.
Yeah.
They obviously they're gonna believe into it, but they have to buy into it. They have to like live their life converts into your dream
Mm-hmm.
in that sense. That's a hard thing to ask for anybody.
And a lot of, I mean, I'm a newer agent. Um, a lot of the old agents ask me, "Oh, well, how's your family life going and whatever." I mean, I've been doing the same thing I've been doing for I want to say over 13 years now. Um, so it hasn't really changed for me in a way.
Hmm.
I've been able to manage the music part of it, the business part of it, the family part of it. Yes, I miss things here and there, but um, I mean, at the end of the day, I was able to do what I wanted to do, and I had the support. So
I think that had a lot to do with it. Way
mm-hmm.
the music life,
Yeah.
the music life kind of prepared both you guys
Mm-hmm.
to not be around.
Right.
It's 'cause that's the number one thing, bro. I think the not being around, and not just the wife, obviously the kids,
Mm-hmm.
but I always say like, and I tell Liana all the time, um, look, we're hustling, we're just working, we're trying to make it, we're trying to hit that goal, we're trying to make that dream come true, or we're trying to live the dream because I think that on our side we're sort of living the dream, or it's just so difficult. Like any other business owner, like yourself, like everyone else that we know that is doing, but we also realize that it's a nonstop commitment. Like there ain't no 9 to 5, my
Yeah.
ass. There's 24 hours because if they call you at whatever time, you're gonna pick up.
Yeah.
If they call you to call off, you're gonna pick up and see it or answer it. If they call us for what, we're gonna answer it. We're gonna see it, and that's even when we're at home with the family.
It's a lot more responsibility.
Yeah, bro. I still
Uh,
haven't gotten to the point where I have friends, as you might as well, that say, "Oh, I get home and I put my fucking phone on do not disturb." Like I can't do that, not yet. Like I know too much, and that like what I mean is, I have so many other current things going on that people need to call me to ask me, and I have the answer kind of
Yeah.
thing. Same thing with you. You can't just. You're the guy that technically should know everything and everything, anything and everything about your office. So.
And I mean, it's crazy because you're the one that's supposed to know everything and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But slowly, gradually, it does kind of. I'm then asking my team, hey, how do you do this?
Yeah, yeah.
Because things change. Obviously, my role now is trying to network and bring more business in, um, and the team is the one that's taking charge more of the day to day things. So sometimes when I get back and I'm trying to do something, it's like, wait, this is not where it was before. How do you do this?
Mm.
Where do you go? How do you change it? Uh, but the good thing is that I mean we're still on that. Okay, well, I got to figure it out. I'll do it, and if they don't know or whatever, like, was I have to figure it out on my own. That's the good thing about it. I
Right.
mean,
And that's the other difficult part about, I think, in business is assembling the right team.
that's the hardest part of this job.
That I mean,
Your team, yeah.
it's so difficult. And it makes sense. Like no one's gonna love your business like you're gonna love your business.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to try to go out there and find somebody that loves the business as much as you is already tough in itself. Because then the other part of being, the business owner is learning how to let go
Mm-hmm.
the responsibilities and let them do it and trusting them but they don't know the business like you do and geez.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and especially now with what COVID did to everybody, that we were able to work from home, and that changed a lot of people's mentality. Where, oh well, I want to work from home.
Mm.
I want to get paid more, but I don't want to go into the office, or I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. It's like, well, what do you mean? Like, do you want to work? Yes or no? And that's been a struggle. I don't know if it's just in our industry, but I'm assuming that's kind of everywhere else.
I think it's everywhere else. Didn't Trump just ordered everybody to get their ass back into the office, like in the White House or some shit? Like they were all working from home, making six figures, probably working from Cancun, and he just ordered them like, nah, you guys got to come back to work. Like, let's get to work, man.
It's insane. I don't get into politics that much, but hopefully everything works itself out, and we're a better country than what it was or what it was going to be. I don't know. It's just hopefully it gets better. A lot of people are scared though, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just say control what you can control, and then go from there.
I had just ran into not ran into, that's the wrong word, but I had just visited my parents and I ran into my dad. No, I see my dad and we're talking about,
You ran and gave
yeah,
him
that's
a
what I'm
hug.
saying. Like, that's the wrong word. But I asked him about the whole Trump thing and he was just like, I worked all these years here and it didn't fucking matter who was the president. I still had to go to work the next day, like fucking 10 hours. And I didn't see much change in my check other than time. He's like, so the other day we had a great conversation about that on the Compas podcast.
Well, you should bring your dad to the podcast.
No, my dad's too vulgar, bro. I mean, I'm vulgar too, but my dad's that old school vulgar. Like, if I'm vulgar and I still got to tell my dad, like, hey, man,
But that's what people like. At the
yeah,
end of the day,
hey, that's true, that's true. But I
be a
mean,
good one.
it would be interesting. I've thought of having just like older dudes that came and
La vieja escuela.
la vieja escuela. But then they do all. I think they all think it's kind of weird, when we've done guac pods, and they're kind of like, oh shit.
Well, it's weird because in a way it's therapeutic and like a psychiatrist, psychologist, or whatever you want to call
Yeah, yeah.
it. So I think that's what scares them, maybe
Well, that
opening up
and
to actually
I
talking
mean
about
that's what it
certain
is.
subjects.
Yeah, bro. I think it's just the fact that no one really asks us all these questions all the fucking time.
Yeah.
As simple as the questions are, like igual, o sea, on the Positiva pod, I talked with Omar Corral, shout out, the Michoacana guy, and I told him that one time I started having this thought, and I recorded my voice recorder and I put it on the pod, and it was just like I was just at home like thinking, I'm like the importance of saying good morning to someone,
Mm-hmm.
like how important that is, or to ask or being asked, either one. So how important that becomes from it being your wife to it being when you were a kid, your mom,
Yeah.
your dad, your kids, you telling them, your girlfriend, your friend. You might have a group chat with all your high school friends, and maybe it's like, hey, good morning, guys. Bam, positive fucking thought. Like, not everyone has that way. O sea,
Yeah.
sometimes, we take shit like a lot of things for granted, but the simplicity of having that friend or that person to check up on you is also another thing that we all take for granted.
Yeah.
And we never really think about it, because it's always there. Every morning, morning breath, bam, good morning. Every morning, hey, your kids, jumping on the bed. Every morning, one of your guys, that shit was lit last night. Was good. And that was that. Someone's always there, bro.
It's the positive motivation or mentality
Yeah, it's starting off
to
the day,
starting off.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important. And even
And we get carried away and okay, whatever. We don't. Sometimes we don't say anything. And
no,
I mean, I'm guilty.
and I'll go even deeper in the sense of like maybe you do say like, "Hey, what's up?" or "Hey, good morning," like or morning or whatever. But even if it's one of the typical question like, "How's your day been?" We're so fucking programmed to be like, "Ah, it's good," and then bam, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it, or and that's it, or what's the dicho way? Same shit, different day. It's just like
Another day, another
it's
dollar.
yeah, it's the same goddamn routine, and we don't put any effort into the thought of how was your day, or then you just stop asking. Like this guy's always in a bad mood. I'm not gonna ask him anymore, and it's just like you're gonna forget how important it is to like talk to people and ask how your day was. And I get it, man. There's times that you don't. You just like somebody asks you, and you're just like, bro, not right now, bro. Me estoy peleando con la mujer. Ahorita no me preguntado, or whatever. But it's just those little simple things that I don't think that we take into consideration until they're not there anymore. Along with everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that we got to make sure that we always give a good I'm assuming that's why you put
Oh,
the
la
name
positiva. I thought
the
you were
name of
just
the
doing a
podcast.
fucking
No.
for the picture.
Para los
Yeah.
likes. Pero I mean that's a great way of showing values and whatnot to your kids, your family, and I mean going back to the whole life insurance thing. Sometimes that might be the last day that you wake up that, or you don't know. You know,
Mhm.
like if you didn't say it or you forgot because whatever you were mad from the day before and you don't even want to talk to somebody. It's like, well, get over it, Just
I used to hate those nights.
it's hard, but hey, pues que te vaya bien. Have a good day. Have a great day.
Estoy encabronado, chica.
Aunque esté enojado, pero que te vaya bien. Cuando llegue quiero unos frijoles,
Hechos a mano.
mínimo.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
It's all about the positive mindset, bro. It is.
And again, asking those open-ended questions, they call it in in our industry, because you gotta not ask people a yes or no questions. You have to ask them open ended questions.
Yeah.
Like, what would happen if you did this instead of this? Instead of asking, oh, do you like this one or that one? It's a little different, but you have a little bit more conversation with that person
Mm-hmm.
when there's open ended questions.
That on top of the fact that you shouldn't be bottling up all these goddamn emotions and thoughts, like at one point you need to bring them up and you need to bring them
Mhm.
out. And, somebody asks you si es de confianza and a platicar, güey. O sea, I think that in life you need perspectives
Why is it so hard though?
to open up.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm older, it's so easy for me to just ask people. And like, if now they don't tell me, that's fine. But if I notice, I'll be like, "What's wrong? What's going on? You good? Like, if you something going on, let me know. Maybe I can say something. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't need to say anything. Maybe you just need to talk. Um, but it does take. I think it takes a lot of time to be able to open up and everything. It's a like almost like I hate using the word trauma. I hate it, but I do believe in it. But I don't like using it because I think it also been misused in the society. Like everything's trauma and shit. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I do believe in trauma, but just don't overuse it.
Don't overuse it.
Don't overuse it. Way I say. I mean, I think some things are worthy of saying. Oh, I'm traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also think that you give the word trauma or its own value, say, right? Like maybe to me,
When
your
it's
trauma isn't as hard as I thought it was, and you think it's the worst, right?
mm-hmm.
And vice versa. But that's why I say, like, and I guess it's subjective to a certain point. What it is to you, it's not to me, and blah, blah. But I mean, fuck, if somebody in a TV show passed away and you're having a hard time, even though it's a fictitious goddamn TV show, pues está cabrón, güey. O sea, get over it. It's a TV show. It's The Sopranos, bro. Really, like.
it brings the emotion. It,
Yeah,
it multiplies it.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, there's a guy that I think I sent you some from
Man, you
the.
send me a lot of stuff,
I
bro.
know.
You send me a lot of stuff.
But
Is it inspirational what you sent me?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
about the podcast guy. He's El Vampiro, I think it's called. He's like a white guy. He used to be a wrestler before, but he
Okay.
talks Spanish, and he had a guy on his podcast talking about traumas and that kind of stuff, and it's crazy how he talks about how traumas come from even like from when you're inside your parents or your mom's womb,
Mm.
because she could have been scared of whatever, and for whatever reason that trauma hit you when you were in her, and ever since then, like you continue to have the same thing over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
and the only way to get rid of that is to go all the way back to that certain point of when
It first happened.
it first happened, and obviously they do their whole exercises and all that stuff, but it's crazy to think that you can somehow,
Get that like trauma gene.
yeah.
I had either read something or heard something. I brought it up on the Compas Pod once or twice of this thing called like a generational trauma,
Mm-hmm.
and how there was I think there might have been a study. There's something along those lines where they're saying that's why black people or African American people are so against police. Because it's generational trauma. Essentially, I might get this wrong, but so what, right? I think the whole police kind of started back in the day when there was like slavery, and the police were meant to police the slaves, not to leave the camps.
Mm.
Um, and that's where the whole badge came in. And since then is when the whole generational trauma with African Americans not being abiding to police force and whatnot.
I mean that's going really into generational trauma,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we're Mexican, right? I think every kind of uh, ¿qué se puede decir? Ethnicity or
Yeah.
has their particular
Trauma. Uh-huh.
trauma. Yeah, but again, I don't like getting into all of that. That's mucho para mí.
Yeah.
Sí, yo no.
Well,
Yo,
you're Irish.
I'm,
I mean, you're fucking
I'm
El
Irish,
Collao.
German, whatever.
Have you done the 23andMe or no? Is that what it's called?
What
Is that what it's called, Fred? So, yeah. Have you ever done that?
No, what is that?
I think you send like a DNA swab, like
Oh,
and then
no,
they tell you
no.
like you're 5% Hungarian and all this other stuff.
No, Fofo is the one that.
Oh,
done that.
he did do it, yeah.
Yeah.
So now they're saying something about that, like that company is gonna sell like all everyone's DNA in the future and like all this other crazy stuff. It's crazy, bro.
Por eso te digo que some stuff is like I don't no me gusta meterme ahí.
Yeah, politics,
Politics, yeah,
race wars,
tampoco.
religion.
Eso también. Cada quien
Cada quien.
cree en lo que quieren.
Pues
Which is
sí,
fine.
es lo chingón de estar aquí en Estados Unidos, güey.
Yeah, you
Al Chile.
can believe in whatever you want.
You get to believe and cheer on whoever you want, bro.
Los de arriba dice.
Los de arriba.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. I think all those subjects are uncomfortable subjects.
Yeah.
But I think that
And I'm not knowledgeable in them, so that's why I don't really like.
bro, me either, bro. Bro, I love talking dumb stuff about it.
I like aliens and all
I
that
love aliens.
conspiracy stuff.
Yeah, I love aliens, bro. I love conspiracies. I love old civilizations.
Dale.
All that stuff really gets my and then I love right now I'm getting into like I've been getting more into like the stand-up comics. Yeah, I know you're a big Adrian Marcelo fan.
Yeah.
I love fucking Theo Van.
He's funny
All those
too.
guys are fucking just they got something different going on, you know. Pero those guys can talk about anything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great way to be able to make it funny yet interesting or like serious. Funny yet serious. And they'll talk about every single subject.
About
bro.
anything, yeah.
And I think that's the way we have to be. Not we, us, but just everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
To
Way.
be open and be
Es
able
que,
to
bro,
communicate.
Al fin del día, we're nothing but just a pulse in this world, in this planet, bro. This planet that's already been here for fucking goddamn, I forgot how many billions of years already. And we really think that we're gonna change the planet with the way we think, or no way. Somos un pulso nada más, you know. So why not be open and talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
Why not you scream to Fry and tell him how much you love him? You know, like
Right. I love you.
see, you always been that guy though. I remember
Yeah.
the day we did the other one. You were trying to kiss us. We didn't let you though, because we have to draw a line. We have to draw a line to all this openness, bro.
Oh, you want me to or not?
No.
You want me to be open or not?
That's
Make
just
up your
crazy,
mind.
bro. I don't know. You hang out with AI too much, bro.
What?
Yeah. You fucking probably be asking AI some weird shit.
No.
Like, how can I open up to these guys in a professional way?
In a professional way. No.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean I've always been like that. I'll tell you I love you, and I'll kiss you in the cheek. I'm not gonna kiss you in the mouth.
No,
I'll
no,
kiss you in
no.
the cheek, and I'll hug you, and I'll tell you I love you. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, true.
It's not gonna make me less of a man if I do it.
Right.
I'm comfortable with myself. You guys, the people I do it with are family,
Right.
so it's all good.
As it should be.
Wait until we're done, Fry.
Yes. He can't wait.
I'm excited now.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's just we're done, bro.
Córtale, mi chavo, córtale.
We gotta go to the bathroom real quick, right? And we're back. How old are you now, bro? Can I ask you that or no?
Yeah, I'm 36. I'm gonna be 37 in April.
So it's been 18 years. Is that right? Or did I meet
18.
you? You were before 18. No, it's about right? Maybe 18, 19?
Yeah, about
18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
That's what it's been.
If you have to pinpoint a moment, any moment, and I know there's a lot of moments, so don't say, oh, there's so many moments. But there's one moment in the Banda Real,
Juan.
in the Banda Real years. Which one can you recall detail, you know? Like, I'm never going to forget when. Bam, 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 fill in the blank.
When it finished. That was the worst day of my life.
Oh, that's a good answer, actually. Like, when it finished, like the despedida, or like when it finished, like, man,
Yeah,
we're not going to get back together anymore.
When it hit me that we weren't going to be playing together anymore. I think that's the one I'll go with.
Oh, man, jeez. That's a sad one, bro.
It hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, it hurt. But it's crazy. I've always been a big believer of things happen for a reason. And everybody went their own kind of separate way, and we all did really good for each other.
Yeah.
Individually. But yeah, I mean, it's always the what if that always kills me.
Who would have thought? Almost everybody in that band still playing, in a sense, right? Almost, I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
Maybe 3-4 guys, maybe out of the 10. That's a pretty good ratio.
2, I think, no?
2. Rafa and More.
Mm-hmm.
Even Torch still going strong, bro.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Torch.
Un saludo para el Danny, man.
I just seen him at 7 the other day.
My guy, man. And he looks the same.
Bro, I don't know how he does it, man.
I met him.
Did he look the same
more
when
than
you were
18
12?
years ago.
Gee. Did he have that goatee?
Yeah, he did.
Wow. Yep.
The bigoti.
Yeah.
Danny, man. Jeez.
He's so solid, bro.
He was 20-something when I met him. Can you believe that?
Wow.
He was 20-something when I met him.
Now he's like a great grandpa, I think. No? I'm just joking, Danny.
Oh, he is a grandpa.
He's a grandpa.
Yeah.
There's 3 grandpas, I think, now.
There is, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That's when you know you're like, no. Esta cosa está grave.
No, yo ya casi tengo quinceañera también.
Hijo de la chinga. How many years away are you from that?
2.5, I guess. She'll be 13 this year.
That's the other challenge as a father. The daughters. Jeez. Yo creo que ahí es donde vas a encontrar a Dios, compa.
Oh, sí, todos los días.
Todos los
Le pido.
días.
Todos
No,
los días
vale.
le pido y le agradezco.
Sí, está cabrón.
Eso no falta. But yeah, I mean, having daughters, a consentirlas lo más que se pueda para que no venga otro tan fácil a querérselas llevar.
Y sí. No, pero por lo menos, you do, again, I hate saying this, but it's true, bro. I had this conversation with the Bottle Girls episode on Copuros Compas podcast, where I think that it's men, it's the men's responsibility, bro. We have such a big responsibility, bro, as a man, right? Like, if you have sons, pues you wanna show them how to be a good man. And being a good man is also showing them how to treat women.
Yeah.
And if you have daughters, you want to treat them at the highest so they know how to get treated, correct?
Mhm.
So that when llegue un cabrón que treats them less than what you treated them, then that's not the guy.
And you got to teach them. You got to teach them the bad things of the what can happen.
Openly.
Yeah.
You have to have the older you get, the more uncomfortable talks you're going to have. But you have to learn how to
Not
be
looking forward
comfortable.
to.
You have to learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable
Yeah.
way. And the easiest way to think about it is to think about yourself when you were young
Mhm.
and unknowledgeable. And just sit down and think and try to talk to them in the sense of not so much as you're the older adult, but just trying to be like, look, not the typical like I was your age at one point in my life. No, just with reason,
Mhm.
and knowing openly, like, look, I know that there could be this bad decision you're gonna make. Let's be open about it. Like, but I'm trying to make you not trip right here.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, as a parent, I imagine with daughters, you got to give them high standards, so that they know and they are embedded with self worth, a good amount of self worth, bro. Because that's a lot
Yeah.
of what I think maybe women might lack is self worth, and I don't mean that at all in any disrespectful way to women. I just see it as they worry a lot about how they look and
Mhm.
the weight and all of that is self awareness and everything. And maybe there's more of that in the female specimen than the male. So, and maybe it has a lot to do psychologically. It's just like telling somebody, like your kids, that you love them on an everyday basis. You got to tell them that they're beautiful and that they're great and they're
Mhm.
perfect the way they are. And don't fuck with their head and tell them you're fat and tell them this. And, like the shaming, you got to. You gotta be smart about it, I think.
It's hard. It's hard, and I mean we're barely starting to go through it.
Yeah.
Girls, obviously, with their makeup and whatnot, and what they wear, um,
Everything. Nails,
everything.
eyebrows,
And
eyelashes.
I always tell them
Jeez.
that they don't need that. I mean, I always tell them less is more.
Hmm.
Um, as far as them growing up, we're always trying to make them do chores, learning how to do things in the house. Not because they're women, but uh, that's how they brought us up. Even us that we were guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, you're gonna clean and you're gonna sweep and mop and you're gonna wash clothes and you're gonna iron clothes and you're gonna cook and you gotta learn how to do all this because when I'm not here, who's gonna do it for you?
Right.
You know. And we got the same treatment as if we were girls or guys. Like there was no just because you're a guy, you're not gonna do that or it wasn't like that, and that's what we're trying to do with our children. Nobody's ever going to be perfect, but we do try to be better than how our parents were, I guess, in ways, in
Mm-hmm.
different ways. Like when you talk to them about certain things, obviously you don't yell at, you try not to yell at them or talk to them in a bad way, but you try to talk to them as a friend and have the conversation. Um, but then again, you kind of go back and you're like, man, well, what if I did what my parents did to me? And
Like, look at me, I'm great.
I'm not such, and it bugs me with like for example like school canceling school because
'Cause 2 inches of snow.
yes, oh
Yeah.
my god, that's that's one thing that really
Well,
aggravates me.
we have to understand also that we can only control our household, right? Unfortunately, we can't control and that's technically how they say like universities, they start integrating with the kids' perspective, and that's how you get like the soft generation and all
Mhm.
this stuff. And to a certain point, I think it's a little bit true, but um, I think it's all about, man, I don't know how I'm going to sound with this, but I always tell Ileana, um, a little cold and a little hunger ain't going to hurt nobody. It ain't going to hurt my son.
Yeah.
A little cold and a little hunger. So I'm not saying I starve my kid, and I'm saying I don't put a jacket on him.
Right.
But a little bit of either one is not going to fucking kill him. So if we're outside walking and it's cold,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to walk. He's going to be fine. It's going to be cold, but he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
We don't need to not go out because it's fucking 20 degrees outside.
Right. We're only going down the block anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, a little hunger. Like if dinner was at 5 and now we're eating at 8, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And those are the little things like, no, we're going to sound like our parents. Back in the day, I used to take the fucking California bus and it was 10 below.
That's
just
my,
like my
example. I used to wait for the bus when the
and your dad probably say, yo tuve que cruzar el cerro allá en el quemado en la chingada para ir a la secundaria. Es la misma cosa, güey.
Yeah, that's true. And this happened just yesterday.
There you go.
With my daughter, we were eating, and we were all there, but she's like just pacing back and forth, walking back and forth. We finished eating. We cleaned up the kitchen, and then she decides to open up the fridge and start taking stuff out to make something to eat. I'm like, dude, no, dude, you're not gonna make food right now. We already ate. We were all eating together. It was your time to eat when we were eating together. Ya, se cerró la cocina, dice Chayo.
Aquí no restaurante.
No, hasta mañana. A dormir ya, váyase.
Bro,
I got school tomorrow anyways.
That's so funny, bro. That's so funny because I también en la casa, we kind of wanted to pull that on Gael. Like, nah, ya se cerró la cocina. And he'll be like, I don't see a sign. How can you say it's closed? And where does it say the kitchen closes at 8? We literally had to do a goddamn sign, bro, that says kitchen closes at 8. But that's a way to, if it's past 8, he already knows. Hey, go check the sign, bro. You can't get me with that one anymore. You got me one time because that day I'm like, well, you got us there, bro. Here's your snack.
You literally made a sign for him.
Yeah, we put it. See, no way. He's always gonna ask for a snack, bro. He's fucking snackosaurus, man. They don't stop. They don't.
Super smart, man.
Hell yeah. And then what's up with you and the Toxics? You guys still going strong?
Yeah.
Are you still going strong?
We're still going.
You're like motherfucking.
We just played this weekend.
You're like the LeBron James of local musicians.
Michael Jordan.
Well, I'm saying like you jumped out of goddamn 3rd grade, bro. We're lucky you didn't drop out of fucking Palmer fucking grammar school over there.
No, it was 5th grade actually.
Yeah, and
That's
you're
when I
still going
started
strong. You got better hairline than LeBron though.
Yeah, hell yeah. Pobrecito.
You like that kid Edwin?
Oh yeah.
You're like that fucking kid. I just thought about that,
dude. I was at Noah's at 12 years old, watching the bikini show.
Ooh.
At 2, 3 in the morning.
But you were already playing, obviously, right?
Yeah, because we would always play like this the
last set.
The second the set before the last one, yeah.
Oh, it was you guys, then the bikini, then the last set, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we would always stay for the bikini.
Of course.
And
you were 12?
It was a good show.
Yeah. It was for a good cause.
It was They needed money.
Yeah.
They didn't have a lot of clothes.
They had to pay for tuition, bro. Those poor girls.
Poor girls. I hope they're doing good.
And you were 12 watching that?
Yeah, I was 12, 13. I was going in with my dad or my uncle at the time. They would take turns taking me and my cousin to the gigs because at first they didn't want to let me in. Like, well, if you don't let them in, the group's not going to play. I don't know who they talked. I don't know if it was Mike back then there at Noah's.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let him in. Just make sure he's with the dad or whatever. I'm like, okay. Ever since then, 12, 13 years old. my dream was to go in there at 17 because that's when they would let people or adults in with ID at 17. So that's where I went for one of my birthdays.
To Noah Noah?
Yeah,
Damn.
I think I went with More that one time. I don't know if Rafa went. Can't remember. But yeah, that's crazy.
Your dream was to go there and not get not
Well,
have to go with a chaperone.
Yeah, with a chaperone.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't use my ID here. I'm 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your $30.
It was like 25 back then.
Yeah.
Or 20, who knows.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, that's crazy. I've been playing since the 5th grade. Like the kid Edwin.
That's what I'm saying right
and
now.
I'm still not as good as he is. The little kid's freaking amazing.
He is.
At his age, I could just imagine when he gets older.
And then I think his dad not even a musician, bro. I could have sworn I'm like, the dad has to be a musician. Nope.
Well, I mean, neither were we, right? Your parents.
No, but I was just screaming, like that kid is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's playing with all these bands and he's playing them right. You know, ir hacia los pendejos ¿no? En las pinches, en las cazuelas, güey, at fucking 5 years old, like that kid is.
Played with that group, que también se llaman Los Reales.
Oh, okay.
That drummer's a beast, Pablo Izquierdo, I think.
He's 12 or what is he? He's a young dude or no?
No. I mean, he played with that group, and that.
Oh, the kid played with the group.
The drummer
okay.
is like super sick. He's like amazing, and he played with them like on point.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah,
dude, he played with Los Inquietos, and he was going hard, bro.
I think even with Primavera, he's played with everybody.
Yeah,
he's played with everybody. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's amazing. I think.
Congrats to him.
I think he's like 8 years old, 9 years old.
I don't know.
I might be off. I might get him on the Quack Pot actually.
That would be cool.
Yeah, his dad is very, very cool guy, very humble. I was just shocked that he had absolutely zero experience in music. I just assumed like having a professional basketball player fucking this kid. Like this kid's really good for his age, man.
Yeah.
He's damn near better than most of these drummers right now. Y le pega muy bien el vato, man. I mean, tiene buena pata, todo. You would never think that it's... I don't know. He's good.
Yeah,
Shout out to the kid.
Shout out, yeah.
Échale ganas, hijo.
A ver si a nosotros nos sacan también de pobres.
¿Quién es?
My daughter. I got her playing volleyball.
Oh, nice.
So, hopefully, she has her college picked out already and everything.
UCLA?
No.
Oh.
She wants to go to Texas Longhorns.
Jeez.
Yeah. Her idol is Skinner. Madison Skinner?
Sure. I assume she's a volleyball player?
Yeah. She's
Should we
good.
bring her up?
Who?
Madison Skinner? Is she a Texas?
Yeah. Well, she graduated already.
Oh, okay.
She's playing professional now.
There's a professional league?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I'm assuming after college there's professional. That's where they get most of the people that go to the
Olympics?
Yeah.
They're not college players?
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I would have thought, that it was college, but most of the people that were in the Olympics were in professional leagues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because this past Olympics, we pretty much watched all of the games. It was a pretty cool bonding experience with my daughter.
Oh.
It's her second year, and she's made huge progress from when she started. So she has potential.
Mm-hmm.
She has potential for sure. So we'll see.
Hopefully. I mean, you're a pretty athletic guy.
I used to be. I'm trying to get it back. Been going to the gym, but it's hard. It's hard, and oh man. Yeah, I used to be athletic. I actually swam this weekend too.
Damn. What are you trying out? You're working out for like a decathlon or something?
No. Just to be healthier. To stay fit.
How many laps did you do? Or what?
In total, I think it was like 10 or 12.
The swimming laps?
Yeah,
Damn.
and I was dying. I hadn't done that in a while. I didn't do them nonstop, but I did 2 at a time.
Just regular or you backstroking, butterfly?
Freestyle and breaststroke.
Jeez.
I used to swim in high school, but
Oh, really? I didn't know. You were like in the swim team?
mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They make fun of me because I,
Do you have a picture of that?
yeah.
Can we look it up? Like you're wearing Speedos or
Oh, yeah,
something
it's
like that?
on Instagram.
Damn, what?
Yeah. One of the first pictures, I think.
One of your first ever pictures?
No, on like the Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, towards the.
You were good at that or what?
I was, yeah, and then I started swimming freshman year of high school. And I got into it just because my soccer coach told me after freshman year, if you want to be on the varsity team, you gotta either do track or swimming.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to run like a weirdo just running around in circles. Let me try swimming. And yeah, I did.
You guys didn't do like water polo?
No, that's the. Yeah, I did.
Water polo was always fun.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did it 1 year because we only had it the 1 year,
Oh, okay.
and it was my senior year, I think.
Yeah, water polo was always fun for I was always fat in high school, bro. And I don't partake in swimming, brother. Even when it was in gym, you know how you had to do swimming for like
Yeah.
a quarter or a semester? I literally would talk to the gym teacher and be like, "Look, I have trauma. I have life trauma, right?" That's why I use it for an excuse. That's why I said it earlier, because I used to use it for being obese.
No, I loved it. Te digo que I always people make fun of me when I tell them that no, that's not me. Más para abajo, más para abajo. Por ahí va a estar.
See, I swear it better be like a full fucking great picture. Fucking water soaking,
Well, kind of, yeah.
Michael Phelps kind of
Yeah, there you
goddamn.
go.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, that one.
Damn, see, that was you, G? Look at that.
When I was skinny, I was 165 pounds back then.
It's weird to see you without the beard, bro. That's what I was looking at. Without having the big beard. Senior.
I don't remember if Fredo was cutting my hair that back then yet.
You sort of look like Puerto Rican or something right there, bro.
I was from the north side, G.
Yeah. I can tell. That's from the Fade Factory, bro. Ese pinche corte, bro. Cortes in the Fade Factory, güey.
What was it called? The one on The Faded.
The Faded?
Yeah. Some Habibis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, you used to bench, too. Look at your pecs, man.
Well, that was because of the swimming.
Jeez.
I did breaststroke. Okay, I got 6th place
In the state, or what'd you say?
in
The city?
The city, yeah.
And that's not even trying, right? Like, I mean,
Well, I mean that was my
it's not like you were swimming at fucking 6 years old training.
my sophomore year.
Yeah.
That was my second.
And then
year
you just
swimming.
stopped, or what?
No, well, I did my 4 years in high school.
Of swimming.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But after that, yeah, I didn't do it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, pero sí, ayer que me metí because we have our little one at the gym and some swimming classes.
Mm-hmm.
So while she was doing that, I was doing my laps. Luckily, I was able to do about 10 or 12 laps,
Mm-hmm.
but because I've been running at the gym, si no creo que hubiera aguantado ni dos. 25 yards, man, just one way.
Oh, yeah.
So you do 4 of them, it's like you're swimming a whole football field.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
yeah,
pretty. And you did 10 of those?
10, 12, más o menos.
No,
I don't remember if I did
Sí, estás pesado, bro.
270 libras nomás.
What were you there right there about?
165.
No chingue. No, pues sí, somos ya.
Yeah.
Pues no ayuda a las 3 pizzas que nos chingamos ahorita.
No
ayuda.
No hubiera comido para salir más flaquito. Fry, you make sure you make me Skinny.
Vas a como mi compa Jesse.
Fucking, he never makes me skinny.
Mi compa Jesse, empezamos en el Guacpad y pues cambiamos y tenemos las sillas. Y luego dice, man, ya no está la mesa para taparme. Para taparme. Y luego le digo, Jesse,
That's what I was scared of.
¿verdaderamente piensas tú, güey, que la gente te ve la cara y dice,
Estar flaquito.
estará flaco ese güey? O estará pesado. Pues como tú y yo, pinche, sí, pues no. Nos han de mirar y decir, hijos de la chingada, esos güey, ¿qué les panzó?
No, but you guys promote Fry being the badass Photoshop, pero no trae nothing.
No, pues you gotta slip them a little something, bro. Eso no es gratuitamente. Fries rate right now is like $5 a pound or some shit like that, I heard.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. You want to try to
I
lose
should have gotten
100.
them when it was like
Yeah,
$1
a dollar.
pound.
It was $1 a pound. For a while, it was $1 a pound, but
One for one.
dice aquel inflammation. Valió madre. Literalmente, the inflammation in the goddamn gut.
It's a lot of years of investment.
Hell yeah. Earlier, you didn't want to. I mean, you answered it. I just didn't like your answer, to be honest, bro.
For which one?
For the best Banda Real memory. So I will ask you a different question in the same manner.
One of the cool ones was the first time we started doing the whole tuba and chacheta thing. The Aragon.
Oh,
gigs.
is that New Year's Eve?
I don't remember if it was New Year's or.
With Robert?
When Robert would come.
Was that who
back
would
from
be there?
Orozco.
Chacheta was Fredo and Javi?
Fredo Happy, yeah. Yeah, there's videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Teenage Ninja Turtle baby blue t-shirt.
Really? We were such...
With an Armani hat.
Bro, I tell you that all the time. She don't believe me, obviously, because now all I wear is hoodies. But we were such fashion guys, way.
Well, yeah, because
Right?
you guys. I mean, I got like, I always like kind of dressing somewhat different, but when you guys came around with the blazers and the button ups and
Yeah.
those fancy looking shoes, I think that's where I still kind of sort of dress like that.
Yeah, I felt like we were always... Fry's looking up some shit, right? The Banda Real Portada, the one with the Kanye West. What's this? This is this is the Aragon one.
Yeah, you see the baby blue t-shirt and the white. Para que se cansen ellas, dice un compa.
Ahora pinche Juelí, hijo de la chingada, parece cubano, hijo de la...
No más el aguacate mayor.
Oh, I remember what I'm wearing right there, actually.
Los suétercitos.
Back then, they should have been doing me a goddamn drip check, bro. En aquel entonces sí valía la pena, güey. Decirles todo lo que se ha puesto.
No más mi compadre.
Mi compa parece ahí testigo de Jehová, el hijo de la chingada, que ese outfit. Casi le atiné al hijo de la chingada. Pero era Joelío.
No más el flaco ese. Qué barbaridad.
Pinche decir con su white hair. Is that the one that said AX? Just AX
Yeah.
with a line in the middle, right?
Uh-huh.
I hear Fry. Where is he?
He's on the other side, no? There he is. You used Rogan because you didn't have hair back then. Yeah, fofo.
Is that Fofo on Tambora? Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Pito en la tubona.
Al pinche Butt Cheeks. Oh, pues el Butt Cheeks iba con nosotros, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
He would go as a loader.
I was wearing the discount mall white.
Are you wearing the
Choclos.
off-white Jordans, G?
White Jordan.
Off-white, bro.
No, they were.
Güey, estabas guapo ahí, güey. Te ves más galán así, cabrón.
Estaba. Joven y bello, pues que no.
Low key, I always like going to YouTube. Way, I'll always look up a Banda Real. What's your favorite Banda Real video before we start almost wrapping it up? Because se va a acabar el tiempo, la chingada. We can have Fry look it up. What's one of the, or even if you want to scream in our ear, Fry, what's one of yours? Banda Real, like if you're YouTubing it, is there one that you go to? I have one. It's not my favorite, but I love watching it. I'll say it after you guys.
Maybe those the popurrí ones. Those are pretty dope.
Oh, those are good too.
Yeah.
Almost all those V Live ones are good, right?
Yeah.
Las Escuelitas, fire, bro. Fire. Los popurrís.
The Ando Borracho video is badass too. Ooh, el de. Were you there already with us? I think you were. Donde sale la de Ambición.
Which one though?
That's an old video though, because Buki was playing the tambora.
I think that's one of the ones I did, right? One of the early ones. You know which one I love to listen to and watch? And it's the bad visuals.
Those were cool. The ones that Fry did the whole.
The little transitions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those when we were in the.
Those were the
neon
early ones.
Those sound pretty cool too.
That one, La Loca, is pretty badass too.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Gilo's Yard, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gilo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the one that we did from Garibaldi. Remember the one time we played at Garibaldi?
Mm.
Le Pediré.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorites
Yeah.
for me to look up and excuse me guys, admire it. Admire it from the I mean obviously in the biased way, like the voices and there it is, the Banda Real. The Banda Real before us. I even remember when we did that video when we went to Georgia. The invite video. And obviously the
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
yeah, there's a good amount. There's a good amount. Ni pa qué decir que no, sí, sí.
Which one was yours, Fry?
The V Live ones. Or those from Noah Noah, like the original suits.
The original ones are badass too, bro. Actually, I ¿cómo se llama esa? Échame a mí la culpa.
Yep.
I love that one too.
Yeah, those Buki was.
Oh yeah, I like the Fry puts this one on. Guess why? Because he sings in it.
Of course.
There he is. Oh, I love
Yeah.
seeing.
Danny
I also love seeing us with no beards, bro. The other day, I actually told you, like, hey, what if I shave my beard? We should shave our beards, guys.
My kids.
Oh, he does not sing it. It's Danny. That's right.
Man, it was.
Well, you do
pretty
third
cool
voice. You do third voice.
It was pretty cool when you guys were all. But the little time that you guys were together. The
I
three
think
voices.
so.
Heck yeah. Oh my.
All right, go, but let's pause it because there's females on the stage. No,
Oh
I'm
my
just
God, I
playing.
wonder who they are.
I'm just playing.
Is that why you put that video?
They were a great time, man. I mean, they were a great time. We can
Yeah.
we can sit here for hours and talk about Banda Real for sure.
Gigs at Noah's and Alamo were. Like, I felt like we were always like super.
Alamo,
And V Live.
Alamo were great. And V Live, Wednesdays V Live. No mames, güey.
Yeah.
Ese era otro pedo ahí en V Live.
We had good gigs there.
Great gigs. Great gigs.
Yeah.
Aragon, a handful of times. You know, Aragon again, guys? Oh, shit, all right. How about fucking
Aragon was Intocable and all these-
La Quinta? That was good times too, right there. Merendero. La Quinta and Ogden. Remember that one or no?
That's gonna bring people great memories.
Yeah. Merendero. The one time you guys wanted to fight the security guard at the original Merendero. I think it was Rafa or somebody. I'm like, what are you guys doing, bro? Why do you guys want to fight?
I don't
European?
fight. Oh yeah, European.
How about when you guys were all fucking mad because, like, we sing Lunes por la tarde first.
That was a whole.
I love it.
rivalry there.
With I think it was with Adicto. Was it with Adicto?
I mean, and we ended up being super cool with each other.
And I remember I'm like,
It's
bro,
just
why are you
dumb
guys
stuff.
arguing? None of you guys wrote it. Like the author's not even here anymore. But it was great.
It was great. It was great.
Copas,
Yeah.
where can I know you actually have official like social media pages for your
Yeah, put it
State
up,
Farm.
Fry. The hell?
For your State Farm. State Farm Agent G. Como dice el pinche primo. El Coyoyao.
Yeah.
El Coyoyao del Norte. That's your new motto, bro, on the Guac Pod.
Uh, people that listen to it, go leave a Google review.
Oh yeah,
We're
bro.
8 Google reviews away from hitting 100.
8?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say that.
So
I'm gonna say that because I
hopefully
didn't
less
know.
by the time this
This
comes
comes
out,
out.
and we're past that.
There it is, guys.
Sheesh.
The goddamn Jizo himself,
Yeah.
Gessiel Gutierrez.
92
Go check it
reviews.
out. Albany Park, correct?
Yes, sir. North side, Albany Park, Montrose and Hamlin. 3802 West Montrose. Stop by, hit up the office. I have a great team there that if I'm not available, they can help out in any way, shape, or form. They're an extension of me, so they'll be happy to help you with anything. I can definitely oversee the things that they help you with, but rest assured that they're doing the things properly and efficiently, the same way as if I was taking care of it.
So anybody that needs any kind of assistance with the pues lo que viene siendo home insurance, lo que viene siendo life insurance, auto insurance. Dumb question, but just for people like me, it doesn't matter the area, right? I mean, they can live in the far south side.
As long as they're in Illinois, I can
There you go.
can insure them. Yep.
So así es de que ahí les dejamos la información de Gessiel.
You can go back to the pictures, I think. Fry. There you go.
There it is. That's what it looks like
That is
from
where
the
I'm at.
outside.
The outside looking in.
Go check him out. Se los encargamos. He is goddamn Gessiel Gutierrez. State Farm Agent G for the people that really want to know. Go check him out. Go get your goddamn life insured. Go get that life hack.
Get it. I mean, if you're not comfortable with me or whatever, you can get it anywhere else, but just get it. Doesn't
Obviously, free consultation, right? Like they could
matter.
just
Yeah.
call you up, kind of feel you out,
I've
get a
had
quote,
people,
sin compromiso, right?
and I've had people bring policies from other companies that they have because sometimes they don't even know what they have.
Yeah.
And I always tell them, "Well, bring it in. We'll
We'll
explain
go
it."
over it. Yeah.
Obviously, there's things that we don't like. We're not the same in or do the same similar thing, but I can definitely tell you, hey, it's this kind of policy, it's that kind of policy. It'll probably do this or that, but I mean, if they feel more comfortable reaching out, let me know.
Perfect, bro.
Free reviews, no charge.
Go check them out. Go leave a review.
Yes.
Let's make it happen. You guys have seen this guy pop up on our Guac Pods. We want to, also thank him for being a loyal sponsor with us. But more than anything, like we always say to all of our sponsors, because everyone that is a sponsor on all of our platforms are literally our friends. So, first and foremost, thank you for just still being our friend, like all these years later. Because we all know that the music business is the way it is. It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we all don't make money together, I get it. People do their own thing. And it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But there's certain musicians that that went beyond that in my life. You're one of them, and I want to thank you for that. And thank you for believing in our pods as well, bro. We really do appreciate it, man. And as always, bro, we will always, try our best and try to help out in any way, form that we can on your end. And thank you for coming on, bro, and just, giving us a little talk, informative talk, and anybody who has questions and doubts and, really any kind of thought when it comes to this taboo subject of death and what comes with it, hit you up, send
Yeah.
you a DM, send you a message. It's a safe zone if you need to hear that. Like there's absolutely no judging, and everyone needs it, and it's a life hack, man.
Yeah.
I hope everybody that's listening to it considers it and checks you out.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate the time and the space. Um, you know that our relationship goes beyond the music.
Yep.
We're family. Always gonna support anything and everything that you guys do. You, Fry, everybody, and the Aguacate family, Georgie, Mechudo, everybody.
Yeah.
I do appreciate. I do get people calling me. Hey, I saw you on the Guac Pod. I know Carlos and Fry, and they told me to reach out to you for insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna be more than happy to help in any way. Sometimes people already have State Farm, and
Yeah.
I still help them out some way or another.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if you're with me or not. It's all a State Farm family, and there's Ricky Mena.
Shout out to Ricky
that
Mena.
is with State Farm. So it's all one big family. No.
Oh yeah,
And we're here to help.
así es.
If you think it's taboo or anything, get informed, get knowledge. Knowledge is
man.
power.
Don't be scared.
And, ask, and that's what we're there to help everybody.
Yep. Preguntando se aprende. Creo que es
Yes,
el
sir.
dicho, ¿verdad?
Yes, sir.
Bro, shout out to your brother Ulises.
Shout
by
out
today.
shout out for
Thank you for being with us.
coming
too, man.
by.
Been a while.
It's been a while. We hang out at family gatherings and whatnot, but it's been a while that he's come by on something else other than just the family get together. So it's pretty cool. Shout out to my whole family, parents, sister, my wife, my kids. They're what keeps me motivated and keeps me going.
That's
to-
right.
To succeed and be better as a person and as a professional.
Oh, well.
And thank you guys for
Hell yeah. To my
For
compadre
everything.
Fry, the producer. Thank you very much, compa.
the main producer that does not lower your pounds on any show
Oh,
or
damn.
picture.
Well, they do say camera adds 10 pounds.
Yeah, but he's
So-
supposed to Photoshop it away.
He has 3 fucking cameras on him.
He's got 3 cameras.
And you zoom in all
Yeah.
the way.
So if you see fucking Gessiel 30 pounds overweight, it's pretty much just
It's
the
not me, it's
accumulation
the
of cameras. Yeah. That's why we had to stop. We wanted to add 2 more cameras. Like, nah, ya no chinguen, bro. Ya me voy a poner ahí como de oye a la chingada. Pero para mi compa Fry, ahí está, viejones. Para todo el equipo, ya se la saben, la pura positiva.
La pura positiva.
Read a book, something.